Okay, so setup wise with the driver, you certainly had the ball too far back in your stance. So with the ball too far back in your stance, you reduce the loft of a low lofted club anyway. It's not going to get the ball up in the air. So the result of that, when you came through the ball, you try to almost add loft to the golf club. And in doing so, this left arm kind of just bends and lifts up to do whatever it can to help the golf ball get more loft, okay? Other thing in terms of the swing, as you went back, there was a lot of movement and instability. Your left foot now is off the ground. You've risen up. Your spine angle's risen from the golf ball. So you've had lateral movement that way, vertical movement that way, and you moved away from the golf ball in terms of that left off the ground. So now you've got to try and come back to the golf ball. So move laterally back that way and down to the golf ball, while that club from the top of the backswing is there about 4.85. It starts moving. It's making contact at 5.2, so like 400th of a second, you're in the golf ball. It's split second timing to get back to that golf ball. There's not much time you can really adjust. So if you're trying to adjust all those compensations, and you can see your left arm now, even now before you hit the golf ball, say your left arm now is presented forward. If you go back to sort of setup, where your left arm sort of hangs down there, that's your left arm at setup with a square club face. There's your left arm at impact with an open club face. That's the ball then going high to the right. It got the ball up in the air, but it was doing so was a mistake. So what we're going to try to do in terms of the swing, this is your backswing before, okay? The sensation now is there's going to be a lot less lower half movement, and that's a good backswing. So you've maintained your position over the golf ball, your left foot is staying flat, so now everything kind of south of that blue line is balanced and stable in a position to allow you to rotate to get some speed. So what you've got to try and focus on now in terms of the swing, because you've kind of got this backswing now better, and you said yourself on the course last week, on the back nine, when you felt the swing was shorter, it was better.
Yeah.
It's not shorter as in you're swinging short, it's just shorter than where you were because of the amount of turn and swing you had before. So actually shorter is actually 100% full swing. I mean, you've still got a 90-degree shoulder turn and more, and the club's pretty much towards parallel anyway. So it's not a short overall swing, it's just shorter than what you were, but then you had a massive shoulder turn before and just a lot of loss of balance. So as you come back to golf ball now, so the angle you've got that club in here now, elbows are nice and level, club hinging up. We want to mirror that on the other side with the elbows together and the club hinging up. But what we see now, that left arm sort of pulling away a little bit as you come through here now, because there's no wrist hinge, it's the arms trying to lift the club up. At this position here now, we want the arms to be out there and the hinge of the wrist up there, as you had it kind of there. So from halfway back here, as you're here, that's sort of your downswing position. We want to mirror that on the way through. But what you've got is trying to lift it up to try and hit the ball up in the air, and that club face there now is wide open. If I just do that, don't even change anything, but just unwind my body, there's your club face. Now I'm exaggerating, obviously, but if I'm here and he's here, hinge up, this elbow you can see is staying down. We don't want to be doing that motion. But that only came from the fact you had the ball too far back and no loft, and you were trying to add loft to a golf club. So your swing was evolving into sort of movements to compensate for the setup. And there's something on the golf course. Always check your setup first. If the setup's wrong, you're then playing compensatory golf all the way around. And by 9 holes, you'd have found a movement that works. But that takes 9 holes and you ruin your scorecard already, so it's already gone. So get yourself with that drive. It's only time the golf ball would go that far forward because the ball's on a tee of that height. Okay? So the ball is forward, spine angles and back to give you the full loft. And then from there, it's going to be nice and shorter and compact. And again, getting that sort of release of that club, as we said. So we're swishing that club at the bottom. That club swing drill, we said we swing one-handed. Left or right hand, doesn't matter. Okay? Get that feel, and that club is from there to there. It's not that way. If I do that there, even with a lot of speed, there's not much sound at all, is there? Whereas that's club head speed. Make sense?
Yeah.
Good man. Okay, there you go. Right.